Hey everybody, how are you? What's going on? This is Lady Reveal. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are returning, welcome as well. Rolling out the red carpet for you. I hope that you guys had a safe and happy 4th of July. All right, probably getting back in the groove of things with getting to work and getting the kids on track, what have you. But I just wanted to jump on here quickly and do pick a card for you tonight, okay? So this is going to be cards A, B, and C. Please focus your intentions on the card. All right. One more shuffle. And we're going to get right into it tonight. Come on, cards, work with me. Now, you know what? Before we get started, a message that is coming through for some of you all is that it's safe for you to love again, okay? So that person that you have in mind, all right, it's safe for you to open your heart and your mind to the possibilities of love and newness, right? And new beginnings. And Spirit is really revealing as to who and what is going to be best for you, okay? This is all in divine timing. One of the lessons that I've learned when it comes to matters of the heart, so to speak. Oh, this card just flipped over. Okay, so we'll take this. When it comes to matters of the heart is that things can change. And it doesn't necessarily have to be because of what you're doing or what the other person is doing or not doing. But there's a shift in energy, right? There could be a shift in energy. And so with that being said, you know, sometimes we outgrow people, just like how we can outgrow places and things, etc. And this card is just sticking out. Okay. So that person may not necessarily be in your divine life path in the moment, in the present moment. But that doesn't mean that they won't be later on. Or that even spirit/universe doesn't have someone better in mind for you as far as who, who's really going to be suitable, not just for you, but for your journey. Okay. So yeah, just know that going forward, that it's safe for you to love, that you have gone through a tremendous amount of healing, and you'll know exactly who and when to open up to your heart to that person. Okay. Just give yourself time. Let things unfold naturally. All right. Okay, guys, let's get into it. Oh, and I'm sorry, I wanted to make a quick announcement. I will be doing a special for the readings of $25, 25, for a 3-question reading. Okay, so I'm going to be posting my contact information below. And wow, okay, so that's clarifying card for that. I'm going to be posting my contact information below. Please send me an email if you have any additional inquiries, and also send me an email with your 3 questions. Okay, 3 questions, and for $25. Okay, and the response time is 48 to 72 hours from the date that payment has cleared. Okay. All right, guys, let's jump into it. Woo! This is card A, religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringings and spiritual path. Mm, wow. Okay. So I was really paying attention to the symbols on the card. I don't know if you guys can see that. Mm, okay, sorry about that, guys. So this person that you have in mind, um, you have gone through a massive, recently have gone through a massive spiritual transformation. Okay. So with that being said, this person that you have in mind, they are currently undergoing their own spiritual transformation. And they can see the God slash goddess energies that lies within you. It is shining so brightly right now. So at this particular time, you're like, you know what? I don't have time. If that person, place, etc., if that is not within my divine path, in other words, God, if it's not for me, then I don't want it. That's where you're at right now. So this person that you have in mind sees that, they recognize that about you, so they know if they approach you that it's no game plan. It's to a point where you're ready to go to the altar and be before God and commit yourself um, to one another. That's what you're really, that's what you're really focusing in on. My life partner is not just, I want to play around or, let's fool around. You're serious about your commitment to yourself. You're serious about the commitment to your journey. So if anyone is going to step into your life, then they're going to have to be an add-on. And not only that, you're wanting to see eye to eye when it comes to spirituality. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have the same um, the same belief systems, but at least have some type of common ground and respect one another in regards to that. So earlier, I was trying to show you guys the different symbols um, that is reflecting in the crown. And that's as clear as it gets, guys. I'm sorry. So with that being said, you have the Ankh, you have the Star of David, you even have the Om symbol. You recognize how your spirituality, your transformation into your spiritual life path is your path. It's not just when you need it or when in times of troubles. That's who you are now. So if they're going to come to you, it's going to be, I'm about my Father's business. That's where you're at. Okay. And your desire for your partner is to be like-minded. To clarify that, we have the Queen of Light, illumination, enlightenment, celebration. Okay. So this woman is balanced out. She's letting her light shine brightly for the world to see. There's no question about who and what she's representing. There's no question about who she is at all. You see how she's dressed in all white? This is symbolic toward divinity. You see the crown above this lady's head, and also the fact that this woman has a halo surrounding her. Very similar. You're letting your light shine. You are illuminating. Okay. And again, that other person sees that about you. Okay. Let's move on to card B. It says, give your relationship a chance. Work on your partnership. Oh, how beautiful. Okay. So for some of you all, I'm feeling like there's been some disagreements recently in regards to your love life and the direction that your relationship is headed toward or headed in at this time. And so your ideologies about life, period, are not exactly lining up with one another, thus causing some conflict. It's not too major to a point where it's placing a nail in the coffin, so to speak. But you are asking, both of you all, both of you all are asking for clarity as far as where you should take your relationship from here. I'm sensing that, from some of you all, that this relationship was actually built on a strong friendship. Okay, so because of that strong friendship, you're not wanting to see things end, and they don't have to end. They don't have to end at all, and especially not right now, because there's some things that you all still need to learn from one another. So with that being said, continue to be patient. Continue to be really, really patient with one another. Go into your conversations with an open mind, with an open heart, with open ears. Just be all around open to the possibilities as to where you all want to take it from here. Because it really is, it's a beautiful relationship. Just some things need to be grabbed up from the root. Okay. And okay, so they're showing me a lot of greenery. Okay, so this can grow into something beautiful if you allow it. Nurture one another. So it's about not taking the time out to nurture each other's needs. Okay, listen, really listen to what's being said, and try not to overtalk one another, because that may be going on for some of you all as well. And for others, this card is pertaining to someone that you may have recently met, and you're not quite sure on whether you should pursue a relationship with them. Give it some time. Go on a few dates. But you feel a really close connection to this person, almost like a soulmate. I'm not quite feeling twin flame from this, so to speak, but definitely a soul connection, as though you have been together in a past life. It's like you feel them around you constantly. Okay. So what do we have for the clarifying card? Very interesting. Okay. So for the clarifying card, we have the Metal King, discipline, armor, boundaries. Wow. Very clear. Very, very clear. So for you all, where this is pertaining to a relationship that you're currently in, some new boundaries need to be established. That's what they're saying. New boundaries, new healthy boundaries, because you both have grown so much to where old things don't fit you anymore, if that makes sense. And they're having to fall by the wayside. With that being said, you have more self-love, self-respect. You're stepping more into your calling, all of that. So you're growing. And when you grow, things change. Bottom line, they just change. And as far as the discipline is concerned, that goes back to really listening to one another and nurturing each other's needs. Okay. For those of you who have recently met someone, who may have met someone recently, this pertains to just taking things as slow as possible and not letting go of your personal power. I was trying to think of the words, okay? So your personal power, not to give that away too soon. Okay, you should always maintain your personal power, but especially when you're first involving yourself with someone, right? To be really cautious about that. Yeah, let them in. Allow for you guys to get a chance to know one another. And as far as you already being in a relationship with this person, acquaint, reacquaint yourself with one another to the new you. Okay. But for the single people who feel like they've just met their soulmate, take your time. Because you definitely know this person in the past, but this is a new life, okay? And let it grow. Let it grow naturally. That just keeps on coming up. Card C, what do we have? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Ain't that the truth? Okay. So this is what they were talking about in the beginning in regards to it's safe for you to love. It's funny because I sort of feel like these two cards go hand in hand. I almost feel it's like actually all three cards. I feel like they're telling a story, okay? So my apologies, guys. Give me just a moment to go over this. You've definitely gone through a spiritual transformation that could be affecting your relationship at this time. And that person that you have in mind, or the person that you're currently in a relationship, it's worth waiting for to see that journey to the end, to see it through to the end, to continue to have those conversations and reacquaint yourself with one another. Okay. I just have to go over that quickly. Um, okay. So getting back to this card, if this is just what you're if this is what you're really connecting to, just the C card, divine timing is definitely at play when it comes to your love life. Okay. Um, this new love that you have in mind, this is something that you have manifested because you've cleaned your heart. You've let a lot of things go. Childhood trauma, sicknesses, ailments, changing your mind frame about who you are, and being happy with just being alone. And so because you're happy with just being alone for the moment, then all of this new love is coming in. It's coming. And it's been worth the wait and worth the journey for you. And this card, I'm almost feeling like there are many suitors that will, if they haven't already started approaching you, that they will start approaching you. There's such an innocence about this love. Okay, so you know how when you're a child, all you really know is love and happiness? You know, um, all you know is the innocence of love. You don't know, you may have not been familiarized with tainted love. if that makes sense. But this is love in its purest form. And this is where you are in your life. And so because this is where you are in your life, then the suitors that you're attracting are there. You're attracting the same type of love. They're vibrating on the same frequency. Okay. But it's definitely been worth the wait. What do we have for the clarifying card? Ah, interesting. Okay, so this one, it says the Arrow Master, hitting the mark, intention, and detachment. Wow. Okay, so because you've let a lot of things go, past hurts, false, uh, false ideologies about who you are, about what life is supposed to be like, about what you're supposed to be representing. Because you let all of that go and you set your intentions in the purest form, not only for yourself, but for the greatest and highest good of all involved, then you are hitting that mark. You're attracting so much newness in your life. And it's almost to a point where you can't even handle it. Like my throat is starting to clog up because I feel like I want to cry. And it feels like a wave of energy coming in. Just waves and waves. You know how you see the big ocean waves and they almost look like the tides are really big or whatever. Yeah, that's the type of energy that I'm feeling when it comes to both of these cards, actually. And detaching from the world. You may even have to detach from the world right now, or you've already done that detachment. And so it's helping you focus in your attentions. The Arrow Master is also the one of the messages that I'm picking up is that you've come into your ascended master or your mastery, to the point of mastery, and that the ascended masters are really surrounding you at this time. You've honed in on your mastery skills. That's shooting that arrow, setting your intentions. So just be prepared, okay? Because it's coming. It's coming with the quickness and it's coming with the heaviness. But it's all good. All for your good. Okay. All right, guys. So that really is it on the reading. Again, I'm going to be providing a special for $25 for a 3-question reading. That will also include clarifiers as far as how many cards are included. I don't want to put a specific number on that. And I tell you why, because I go by what Spirit states, as far as what Spirit lays out. But I can tell you it will be a minimum of at least 3 cards. And yes, it will include clarifiers, just like how we have the clarifiers here. Give me just a moment. Sorry about that. Mouth is so dry. But yeah, so it's going to be at least 3 cards, including at least 3 clarifiers. It could be more, but it really does depend on how Spirit leads for me, or how many cards they have laid out. Okay, and that special is going to be going on for the next 2 weeks. So that's going to be from July 5th. Let's just end it on July 20th, okay? Thank you all for your likes, comments, subscribing, sharing, all of that. I appreciate it so very much. Hopefully I'll be able to hop on here on the weekend for you guys, this coming up weekend, and provide you with a Divine Masculine reading. I wasn't able to post that earlier in the week, okay? But I love you all so much. And until we see each other again, see you soon.